have such a cool lesson for you today. It is all piecing today. There is no applique today. So where's Diana? I listened to you. You told me. You said, don't do any more applique. No applique today. I have 3 great quilts, and I have wonderful antique quilts that go with them. So I'm really excited about the lesson. You want to see it?
Yes.
You want to see the first one?
Yes.
Okay, so the very first one, I'm going to just step back here, and this one is just so fun. This one is called Geese in the Pond. Is that cute? I have to look at my pattern sheet because it has lots of names to it. Whoa, but anyhow, this quilt has such a great story with it. The blocks were from Sue. And so she gave them to us. She was nice enough to give them up. Geese in the pond, all different colors. Aren't they wonderful? And we gave them to Teresa. Oh my gosh, drop the quilt, Teresa. Show everybody. When I gave those quilts, those blocks, and gave them to Teresa, did you complain a lot? She complained so much. Okay, you can still show the quilt. But the poor quilt maker did not have any of our square up rulers. They were all crooked. She really struggled. But anyhow, she got them together. Aren't they beautiful? And isn't the setting fantastic? Very traditional with the lattice, the 9 patch. Just perfect. And I sent them to my hand quilter in Alma, Kansas. I'm almost afraid to tell you her name because I'm afraid you're going to send your quilts to her. Anyhow, it's Eileen Meyer who quilted them. Aren't they wonderful? I think they're just great. Arlene Meyer did them, and then we have them. Isn't it wonderful? So, and show the back is really fun. I don't know, traditionally if people get upset because I basically changed the antique blocks into, I'm still calling it an antique quilt. Is that okay? Is that still okay? I call it an antique quilt because they are old blocks. Okay, turn it over, one last look, and now you get to see, one last look. It's going. Goose in the pond. And now it's called, look at this one. So this is huge. So then this is the next one. This is one that I had in my closet forever. It was just a top that was given to me. And whenever I decided to teach this, I sent it to Judy Jackson. And she did long arm quilting on it. Isn't it wonderful? But the print in it is very traditional. I know if you look at it, you'll probably say, ooh, I had that in the 70s or maybe the 80s. You think? Yeah. But it's a great twin size. This one she did, oh my goodness. So now pass that one on. And this one is so, look, the price tag's still attached. Let's look at the price tag. Let's see what I did. Oh, I remember. I got it at the feed store. I got it in Julian. Depression era handmade quilt. Very unique. Just wait till you see it. This lady didn't know what she was doing, huh? I love it though. It's really fun. I went to a class with Mary Fons and she talked about putting the unexpected into your quilt. I think this is very unexpected, don't you? Yeah, very, very. But this one I really like all the black and the red in it. And then there's a nice brown one, a gray one. But you know what? She did what she had, right? It was Depression era. Remember, use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do without. Somebody was freezing. And so she put it together. Okay, this one. Pardon me? Oh, it's so hard to say. Everybody migrates to Julian. All of us down on the hot hill drive up on the hill and we like to just stay there. But anyhow, I think this is my favorite one. Ta-da! Goose in the pond. It's so traditional looking. And you actually have the yardage for this quilt, and it's back in your pattern. But this was made, I think, probably in the 70s. It is machine quilted. It's very doable for you. It is all piece squares and 9-patch. There are 3 sizes of 9-patch in this quilt. It's very, very amazing. It starts out, this is 3.5, and then it goes to 6.5, and then it goes to 9.5. Isn't it fun? And I love the way, if you can really look at the quilting on it, it's very traditional. Judy Jackson did it. Oh, you can even see it better on the back side, huh? Isn't that beautiful? That is a great show on the back. Sue's picking off all the threads. That's what we're always doing. We had to pick off all the threads. Okay. So now this one is Sue's. This is very special. And Sue, I don't think you're mic'd.
I'm not mic'd.
But can you get close to Teresa and tell us about this quilt? Oh, none of us? Okay, you come on my side. My mic is hidden.
Anyway, I got this. My husband bought it for me at the Portland outdoor market, like the farmer's market, about 20 years ago. But I've never seen a satin quilt like that before. I just thought it was really pretty. So I'm glad you like it too.
Isn't it beautiful? I know what. It's like really, it's kind of sexy, isn't it? Yeah. Isn't it? I mean, it's just like that feel of that satin. Maybe it's like nightgowns, huh? Yeah, and look at the quilting is beautiful on the back.
It's a polyester.
It's very, very beautiful. And I think this is the next one. Oh, no, this is a variation. Do you want to see a variation of it? Okay, Goose in the Pond without the 9-patch. Isn't that beautiful? I love this one. I really love it. I bought it for the bright colors. Whenever I look at an antique quilt, I'm always thinking if it's showy, you know, if I hold it up and it just looks awesome. So does it look awesome from the back? I love all of the red lattice. It was great for the 4th of July. But notice that it still has all of the piece squares and all of the little stripes and it's just solid squares. And it is always intriguing to me why people work so hard making all of their perfect little points and then they cut them off with the binding. What is with that? I know, isn't it weird? But let's think about this. It's very, very heavy. I forget where I got it. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember. But I can tell by looking at it, I'm sure that I laundered it. It just feels that way. And what they actually did was bring this beautiful back around to the front as the binding. And that, whenever I first started, this is a technique. And she didn't know how to miter either. But she did a really good job. I would say, I really feel like the backing is a feed sack. I'm sure that they had to boil the devil out of it to get all the print out because I can't see any printing in it. But it has a very heavy texture, like a feed sack. Some of the prints could be feed sacks. Nah, shirting. That's a dress. This is probably an apron here. Oh, look at this one. This is your favorite one, Sue. Yep. The little red and white stripe. She was probably a
candy striper.
Yes, a candy striper. That's what Sue always says, a candy striper. You almost forgot what you always say. You're getting to be like me. I could just tell by the look on your face.
What
but
is the yellow? Is that hand quilted?
It is.
Wow. Look at that.
It's, you know what? All she did is they're really long stitches. They're almost toenail catchers. Okay. They are long stitches, but she did diagonal rows, only diagonal rows going across this quilt. No, the yellow one. Which one? Okay, wait. We'll show her. Show her this one. This is like the. Yeah, she did it kind of different. It looks. Oh my goodness! I think she got. She forgot what she was doing. She forgot. She woke up. Now what are you guys? Oh, you're supposed to be smiling.
No. Lipstick on the teeth.
Ah!
This is our new.
That is too funny. At the last webinar, I said that I look out at the audience and there's always somebody over here, over there. They'll go. But see, I just started talking. I didn't have it when I started, did I? No. As soon as I start talking, it just what do they call it? Like, what do they call you get on your teeth? Anyhow, it gets all over my teeth. Just I get dry. Water. It's behind me. Anyhow, that's the last one. Thank you. That was too funny, but I thought you were smiling at me too. I really liked it. So that's the last one for Goose in the Pond. And I have 2 more antique sets to show you, but you have to wait now. Was that a good show? Yes. I told you. I know. I love all of those antiques. All right. So my lesson is ready. I'm very excited about it. So, but what I really, really like, I don't think you did find my book, huh? Couldn't find my book.
A series of books over here.
Let's look and see. This Goose in the Pond was named a number of old-fashioned names. I really like them.
This book?
Yes, this one. This is the one that I wanted. This is a really cool book. This is called Grandmother's Patchwork Quilts. Grandmother's Patchwork Quilts. Orion and Teresa were out antique shopping, and they just got me all these great things. But this one I love, called Young Man's Fancy, and I love the coloring, the way they actually colored it here. Look at that. So beautiful. They basically switched out it's kind of like the negative. It's like where I used the dark, they used the light. And it's just a total reverse. And they just were saying that in the eastern states, it was known as the Young Man's Fancy. And it was known as Wild Goose Chase in other parts of the country. And it just said, that our grandmothers, our great-grandmothers must have had a great time with this patch, because look how you can just use all these scraps up. But the one that Orion found is Ladies Art Company. It was one of the oldest companies, Ladies Art Company. It was pattern 202. It was known as the Missouri Star in the Kansas City Star newspaper. So it was just the kind of pattern that it just switched all over. Everybody always had a different name for it. The cutting chart for one block is there. You can make one block, and if you fall in love with it, you can make the whole quilt, because the whole quilt is in here. I just love it. It's basically strips and squares, but the major point is that you probably will need to have a scant 1/4 inch for your 9 patch. Your 9 patch. So that's going to be the hardest thing. But anyhow, let's just start out with our triangle piece squares. Okay? Want to start out with our triangle piece squares? Okay, turn the page. Beep. I have the coolest ruler to make it perfect. Ooh, look. Water. I'm all set. I have a chair. Ooh, I'm really good. Okay, so triangle piece squares. 2 fabrics. Light and dark, or medium and dark. Is that pretty? Very, very pretty. These are rectangles. This is a 4 by 8 rectangle. And I'm just going to try to lay my book flat. Okay, if you go ahead and use like a 6 by 12 ruler, it's perfect. So half of 8 is,
Like which one?
oh my
We can
gosh.
use 2 of them.
You're going to be my assistant.
Yes, I am.
Oh, I like it. I get an identi-pen. I could use the skinny end or the fat end.
Correct.
Or
You can use a friction pin.
Or if I think I'm going to make a mistake, I could use this because when I steam press it, the lines will go away. Okay, this is kind. It makes it hard to cut. Oh, the lines will go away. Oh, don't press until you're done sewing. Okay. I like this one if I think, oh, this trade back too light. They can't see it. Okay? So let's just put it like this. Ta-da! Go up. And actually I could have put it right like this and gone up and down, right? Okay, for this part, you don't necessarily need to have a scant quarter because we're going to square them up. But what is really helpful is a 1/4 inch foot. Ooh, and I'm going to see if Sue has it all lined up. Oh, yes, I'm so excited. I put my bar in the line, and when I get to the line, I'm going to stop. Was that good? Did you see how I stopped on the line?
Just hold on a second.
Cut. Oops. We have a problem.
Possibly.
Don't do anything. Can I drink water? Mm-hmm. Should I check my lipstick?
No. Good job.
Check my email? Are you telling me something?
Your volume is very low, so the people at home can't quite hear you.
I'll fix that. You know, that's what happened to me. I student taught in 3rd grade. You know that I used to be a teacher. Yeah.
You still are.
I'm still a teacher. Anyhow, when I student taught in 3rd grade, I had a teacher. Her name was Mrs. Fitzgerald. I will never forget her. She wore a bun, a little tight bun. I was scared to death of her. And she said, my maiden name is Nagel. Miss Nagel, you're so mousy. You sound so light that your students will never hear you. And I said, I will fix that. Am I on? Am I going now? Am I louder?
You're good now.
I'm good now? Okay, I sewed a 1/4 inch away on only diagonal lines. I turned it around. Now I put my bar on my line. I'm sewing a 1/4 inch away, and I am nearly done with it. Cool. So I think you actually have to make 3 of these for Goose in the Pond. That's a lot, huh? But it looks just like that. See, Sue always does this little jumper scrap. Isn't that cute? If I were smart, I'd just keep my little jumper scrap right there. Okay, so now you've got your 1/4 inch lines. I like this. You know what? Sometimes I get a little worried because my table gets messy. So like magic, my little lines are coming out. Okay, so you cut first on the 4 inch line and then just cut on the diagonal lines. Ta-da! Boy, my blade shop today too. All right. So out of 1 set of rectangles, what do we have? 4! Okay, so this is the coolest ruler. If you guys have not used this, people say this is our best ruler.
You can show it in the packaging. It'll show up really good.
Oh, we sell these.
You could do that one, or you could do this one.
Oh, you could do the 6.5 or the 4.5. Did you guys know we have a new 4.5? No. That's probably more convenient, huh? It's got lines on it. So if we want to square this to 3.5 inches. There's two sides that you could do. You could do it where it says whole number 3, and then there's little 1/8 inch marks along the side, and you could line up 3.5, because that's what my artist screws up doing all the time. But what's really smart is when you turn it around and on the other side it says 3.5 with a red line on it. Does that make sense?
More better.
More better. More better. So you just hold it down and you can trim on two sides like this. I'm going to show you a couple of variations. I personally like to turn it around and cut off my tips. Okay? Or I'll show you what Sue likes to do. She does, oh, and you know what? You could line it up on just one side too. Did you know that if you want to cut your trimming in half, you can find a straight line that you just made, because I just made this cut, and only trim on one side. Okay, now Teresa, you can set the seam with the dark on top on both of them. Okay, I didn't trim that one. Huh? Dark on top?
Yeah, you're going to show how I trim off my tips.
Yes, you trim off your tips a different way. Because I like to do it faster, but now see, her tips are not cut off yet. So then she just puts her little ruler back on there. Is this how you do it?
Can I do it before I press it open?
Oh, well, that's an even other way. There are 100 different ways to make a 3.5-inch patch. The important thing is
It's square.
that it's 3.5 inches.
And look, you already have 12.
Oh my gosh, am I excited. Like that. Wouldn't you like to have that magic at your table? You have 12 of these in this block. Look at this. 12 in the corners. Okay, that's really cool. So these can just go away. I'm very excited.
You like this?
Yes, I really like this. I like this because my problem has been that I can't ever find anything on my table. Okay, but look. Do you see this block, Sue? While I am doing the little 9 patch and the stripe, could you lay all that out?
I sure can.
Oh, good. But don't watch her. I like this. Of all days, today I really needed help.
You got it.
When you turn 70, you need a lot of help.
Eleanor, it's not going to work if you keep doing that.
If I keep saying that?
We're not going to feel sorry for you.
Whine. Okay, so this is the deal. What size are these? 3.5. So what size should this stripe be? 3.5. This square should be 3.5. And the 9 patch should be 3.5. Okay, well the thing is, when you sew strips together, you always lose a little bit whenever you press it open. Every time you do a fold, you lose a little bit. So I highly recommend that you do the sewing test, and it's right up at the top of your paper, and it says to take 3 1.5-inch by 6-inch strips and measure it. Set what you think is your perfect 1/4 of an inch and measure it. But I know I can't get a 3.5-inch strip unless I move my needle 1 thread to the right. Usually I set it at 3.5 on my baby lock. That's my center needle position. But I have all of these little jumps I can take. I think there's 11 little jumps you can take. So I personally like to move 1 thread to the right and change it from 3.5 to 4.0. I just touched my plus once. You guys didn't even see it, did you? Okay, you guys just watch that little thing, and I'm going to jump back and forth, and I bet you can't even see it. Did you see it? Honestly, it's just a thread. When I say scant 1/4, people always do too much. It's 1 thread. Just compensate for your fold. Okay, so just take your 3 strips and put them right sides together. I'm still using the bar. Okay, and so I'm just going to sew down 1 Oops, I moved my stiletto. I know it's here someplace. I knew it was in front of me. Every time, every time you you guys go, oh, it's in front of you, it's in front of you. Okay, so that's one strip. Then I just cut my threads, open it up, and just add the next strip. And let me tell you, every sewing machine is different. Even between all my baby locks, they're all different. But you have to figure out what you have to sew. So when you press this, you get 3.5 inches. Okay, now Teresa is the best presser in the world, so she gets to press it. She just presses the devil out of stuff. You got, okay, see, she pressed with her fingers first. Did you see that? Yes.
In your book, you're showing 2 colors in that.
Oh, it doesn't matter. She didn't look at the book. Oh, but on your little seam test, but it's all we're trying to do. And Orion did point out that the seams are all pressed in one way. Teresa pressed them down through the middle, so they went from the middle over. It doesn't matter. As long as you press your seams, and now you take your ruler. Ooh, oh, Eric, you can go so close.
Yeah, there's a glare.
Oh, where do you want me to go?
When she go down in here?
How about down this way?
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Okay, this is what we're looking at right here. Is that good? Is it wonderful? Wonderbar. And I can guarantee you, if you would have sewn that with 3.5 like I usually do, it would be about 3.25 inches. It makes, that little thread makes a difference. And you can't even really see. Can you see if I put the line, can you see how little from the 1/4 inch? Can you see that right there? How little it is? Okay, so you really have to work. That was very good. You did good, Teresa. Okay, so now we are so like magic here. So now we have our strips. We are going to have, does it say how long they are? But they are 1.5 inch strips. They're half strips. They're only half strips. So basically you do like a second color. This is what we're doing right here. We're just going to do the little plaid. It's a little polka dot and a plaid. And so 1.5 inch strips together lengthwise, and the seams do get pressed away from the middle. How's that? Is that good? And that's what they look like on the right side. Okay, everybody's okay? We're hot. We have 3 to do today, right? Okay, and this is another ruler. Okay, Missy, do we have another ruler to show? You could use any of our square up rulers, but look what we have. We have a 3.5 inch fussy cut ruler.
It comes with this packaging.
You should be behind here and just like bring them up over.
could.
Yeah, we have a fussy cut trio package, and I really like it because this is the 3.5 inch fussy cut ruler. The 3.5 inch fussy cut ruler, you could use a regular square up ruler. You like the fussy cut? Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you just put that 3.5 inch fussy cut ruler up there and just turn it around and just trim off this little edge right here, and that is a perfect 3.5 inches. Okay, so how many of these do we need?
4.
You already know the answer. I'm asking the audience. 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we're good. And so look, Sue already laid them all out. The light is in the center. Look what she did. We're all set. So let's just put this like this, like this. Isn't this pretty? It's so traditional, I love it. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Boop, 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 boop. And all that we have left is the 9 patch. And so you have a second set that you need to have. Okay, let's look at this. So basically, we already did the middle, right? Yeah. So here's the middle left, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're going to put this back. Now we're going to turn the page. Beep. So now we have to do this on the 9 patch. We have to do the 2 outside pieces. These were 1.5 inch strips. So we set the total opposite of the 1.5 inch strips together. It's light, dark, light. We can just take this piece right here, and if we snuggle those in there, somebody said you say nestle, not wrestle, okay? So these seams are going in, these seams are going out. So if you put those on top of each other, and when you move with your hands and feel, if those seams are locked together, this will be perfectly flat. You can feel with your fingers if they haven't locked together. Okay? So now we're just going to take this, and now we have to go back to the 6 by 12. We are the queen of rulers today. Okay, so I'm just going to make this straight on my mat. I know why you're helping me, Sue, because whenever I told you I'm just going to do a little sliver trim and get that all straight, because when I told you I was going to do 3 today, I still didn't get it. 3 today, you said, how are you going to do 3? I said, well, I'm going to do them fast.
You are.
So that's how we're getting it done.
That's right.
It seemed like they all went together. That is a pair for the first 9 patch. The second 9 patch. The third, woo, look at this. Aren't we just so skimpy today? We hardly have anything left. But we did it. We have, oops, we better keep cutting. We have 4 pairs, and we still need to have 4 more to finish the 9 patch. Are we doing good? Yes. You with me? Yes. Good. Nobody's sleeping? No. Good. Not yet?
By block 3, we might be snoring.
No, you won't be. No, you won't be, because block 3 is just over the top.
I think you need, okay, never mind.
I think I'm done.
You're good.
I think I'm done. Okay, so look. We've got a pair here. All we have to do is just pick up this pair. It's all locked together. You know, we have some new people in the audience today. So the new people, are you all quilters? None of you are virgins? You're keeping up with us? Huh? Are there any virgins? You know what a lady said? This is the honest truth. I swear on Friday I asked if there were virgins, and she raised her hand, and then she said, oh, but I've sewn a lot. Okay.
I was there. It really happened.
That's what she said, huh? And some people said, ooh, what does that mean? It was pretty funny. I'm so happy I didn't see my little happy faces again. Yeah, they only got to use them once. Well, okay, so
If you finish one, I can show the quilts and I'll finish the 4th patch.
oh, if I finish one, oh, you're gonna, okay, I'm not sure what that meant, but anyhow. Okay, so,
Ellen, I have to tell a funny story. Remember last night it got warm in the classroom? One of the gals says, I guess we could just sew naked.
Oh, you guys were sewing on Labor Day? Oh, was it fun? That's cool. Sewing naked at Quilts in a Day. A whole classroom full of strippers. David, don't listen to us. We get a little crazy at moments. Okay, so see, that's the pair. So look, you just have this one more little piece right here that all you have to do is flip it in there. The seams are going to lock. Nestle it in there. Don't wrestle. That's something else we have to say too. The quilters are such nice ladies. They nestle instead of wrestle. Okay, so see, you just keep it all chained together like that, and you just keep on adding all these right in here. Okay, so Teresa, how do we press these little guys? Carefully. Very carefully.
Towards the middle.
Toward the middle. Okay, if you reach over, can you cut off some of them as they come off? Thank you. See, this is how I get all my quilts done. I just get a lot of assistance. All right, get it in there. Okay, so you don't have to square up any of these little 4-patch or these little stripes neither. After you're all done, okay, and so shift them over to Sue and she can get them in place. Oops. I didn't like the sound of that. Okay, Sue, do we have any more rulers? This would be it. Not for this one. This would be it. It's adorable. Very, very cute. And what is really cool is that these seams all lock together with each other. See, on this stripe, these seams are pressed out. This is pressed in right here. So that's important. You really want to watch all the pressing because we spend a lot of time figuring that out for you. Are you happy? Yes. You like it when they all lock together? Yes. I know. And my artist, I think, is the only person that draws seam allowances in for you. Is that great? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Love it. Very, very cool. Okay, now, when I sew this whole block together, this is how many pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoop, 5 times 5. 5 times 5. How many pieces? 25. Okay, so I sew this block just like I sew a large quilt. I sew vertical rows, top to bottom, and so to make this easy, so you're not reaching over, always take the second vertical row and flip it to the left, okay? Flip it to the left. Okay, so I don't have to keep on reaching over. I stack, and I stack keeping the top block on the top, okay? So I pick this up, and I'm going to go straight down. Picking up pairs, they're right sides together, they're in order so I don't have to think. And that's at the top. Now I want to do the same thing with vertical rows 3, 4, and 5. So they're just all ready, okay? So you take this one, you keep the top block at the top, and you put it at the top. You take the next one, top block at the top. You guys are very quiet. That means you're paying attention, right? And then you take this one, and Merritt and I worked really hard to make a good series of visuals for you. Is that good? Yes. Does it look like that? Yes. Okay, now I'm going to have to turn it so my top is along here, okay? Let's see. There. So I did it for the audience, okay? So now I'm just going to take rows 1 and 2 and they're already right sides together. And they're not exactly lined up perfectly, so I'm just going to line them up really good right now and get them all lined up. And Teresa, I just thought we have to go over this whole thing again tonight. Okay, and here.
You have one in stages, don't you?
Yeah, I do. And so we go like this and the whole way down. And do we have an applique pressing sheet handy? Because I know Brenda's going to say, what does that sentence mean, Elle? See, I listen to you guys.
You must be reading my mind, Eleanor.
Were you reading ahead, Brenda?
Yeah, I'm reading ahead.
And Orion said the same thing because he proofs my patterns. Okay, this one just feels a little shy. I'm going to show you. Whenever I just put these two together, the bottom one seems just a little short. And I don't know how that happened, but I just take the tip of my stiletto and pull it down and match the edges. Okay? And just keep on going. Hold it. You might kind of work it with it. Work it! Work it! Work it! Okay, so this is my first 2 vertical rows that are sewn together. Down at the bottom, I'm just going to cut my threads. Okay, and then essentially for me, this would just get laid right back here for you. You open this up, open up all the second row, and you see the third row is ready to just flip right sides together and sew the whole way down. Okay? You're just going to go vertical rows, vertical rows, ta-da! Like this. Like this. Okay, and then what I wrote, it helps if you, when they're in vertical rows, don't clip them apart, but it really helps if you have an applique pressing sheet, because it's once you start to get your presser sheet, all of these rows going around, it's kind of hard to get your iron. And I like to press the rows, the seams, all in one direction. So you can take the applique pressing sheet and cover, and now, Teresa, you can just press. All of these seams are ready to go over in one direction.
And what is this for?
And that's so when you keep on moving, then you can get on, can put it on top and you don't mess up what you already pressed straight. Okay, one more. Okay, and press that a little bit more. Okay, so now what you can do is you can move this one, put it there, and now go ahead, keep it covered, don't mess anything up, and now get now you can press it, and then you can get the rest, the next press. So you don't keep on messing up what you already did. Doesn't that happen to you? Yeah. You hate it. You just hate it. Okay, now cover it up, and now you can press. You can go ahead and sew, and now you can just press in the opposite direction.
This one is not sewn yet.
Yeah. So you just keep on pressing, covering, pressing, covering. Yay! And your block is done. Woohoo! You want to see it from the back? Ooh, look how nice. Ooh, pretty. Yay. Okay, Goose in the pond. Done. Quack, quack. Honk, honk. We didn't do any honking. Oh, yeah, and look at the next page in your pattern. You see the classic goose in the pond. Oh, I did say goose in the garden, didn't I? I always say it's goose in the pond. there's your classic. There's all your yardage for it. All your lattice, all your 3 sizes of 9 patch. Who's going to do it? You are you going to, Nancy? Cool. Well, I just think it's such a classic that you'll just love it. It's just a classic. It's all pretty easy to do. Okay, keep on going. Next pattern. Oh, I can't wait to share this one with you. This one is called the Crow's Nest. I did buy this one in Julian. And I just fell in love with it. It was worn and loved. That's an understatement. It was worn and loved. But yeah, you can really see. It was really good because you can see the batting inside. You can actually see. And I just love it because you're looking all around. It's fairly, normal black. And I love the black and the cream and then the blue and the cream. But it's definitely a scrap bag quilt. But I think that the quilt maker wanted to keep your eyes moving. So she just stuck that red in. Just randomly stuck it in. And I love red. I just love red. Jonas, my grandson, loves red too. So we always like that little bit of red. Well, I enjoyed it so much that I decided I wanted to make one for my Julian home. It's a log home, and I thought it would look great. And so this is the one that I just did. Isn't it great? It is. It's a primitive line of fabric. So I felt that I could get that classic touch, but I had to get some of those reds thrown in there, in and out. And one of the fabrics that I just love, come closer to me so I can point to it, so I don't have to trip. But there was a stripe I had, just about only a 1.5-inch strip, and thought that was really cool. And then this brown plaid, I just had little bits of those. So I was excited to just throw those in. But I did most of it assembly line. Martha cut the strips for me, and she cut the blocks so that I could make 3 at a time. And if you look, a lot of them were done 3 at a time. When I started throwing in some of my scrappy quilts, then I eliminated some of them. But a lot of them were done 3 at a time because they go together so easily. The stripping is most convenient when you make 3 at a time. So that's what I did, and show the back. And I think, okay, so this one I did, and now show the front, and now this is what Sue did. She wanted to do something different. She did positive and negative. Positive and negative. From the same set of strips. So if you look at this one here, let's say that we're looking at the background and see how the white is turning in. So I'm going to call that negative. If you look at the same set of colors up here, the dark is turning in. The dark is turning in. So let's look at this one. So if this is the red, this one we would call this the, I don't think they get it, Sue. We would call this one the
Negative. Why is it negative?
I just reversed the colors.
Yeah, the positive and negative, because the white is turning in, but on this one, done at the same time, the black, the dark is turning in. Yeah. You want us to fold them so they go close? They're all made from the same set of strips.
Here, Teresa just has the block.
They're all made from the same set of strips and patches. It's
Those are
the
the same block.
final step.
They're both the same.
Yeah, those are both the same. Okay, let's
We'll
see.
go back to this theory.
Want to go, which one? We going with the green?
The red.
The red. Okay. Ooh. They're all made at the same time. There's pictures. Don't worry, there's pictures.
Can you see how one's positive and one's negative?
Can you see them beside each other? Well, I'm just calling negative if I look at this one. The pieced squares. The points all point into the center. On this one, the red all points into the center. Okay, this one has a red center. This one has a white center. This one has, it's actually the same. It's red, white, red, and this is white, red, white.
So it's just exactly the opposite.
We have pictures. Don't worry.
And the gold ones you're holding in your hand is on the same thing, too. And the yellows.
Yeah.
They're every one of them.
And if you're using your half square triangles, you just turn them the opposite.
Yes, they're made exactly the same time. But it's easy to change the center squares, right? Yeah. It's easy to change the stripe. But you have to press the stripes the opposite way. Don't worry.
The dark. And you're on mic, so that's what I use.
Ah, we did this because we have bundles and bundles and bundles
Very little waste.
of this beautiful fabric. And I wish you would have saved the waist.
Yeah, it was just a little handful.
A smidgen, a smidgen.
Why isn't it on the back?
Well, there is stuff.
Is that it? We didn't have. You didn't have it. You put it here, huh? This was it. Your face is getting red because you forgot you did it.
Yeah.
But anyhow, this bundle is folded really a cool way because on this side you see red, green, and gold, and when you flip it over, then you see gold and light gold. It's like accordion folded in here, and there's a lot of bundles in there, and it's so pretty and it's priced so reasonably. Isn't it cute?
Where can we buy it?
You can get it right here, Rose. We have lots of them. Cool. Okay, that's another quilt. So don't look at that one. You ready? Okay, what was that called? Crow's nest. Now, why is it called crow's nest? What's the crow's nest? The top of the ship. It's at the top of the ship. It's just this little compartment right at the top of the ship's mast, right? And that's called a crow's nest. And it's just a traditional name. And I have to tell you, it was Nancy Page that named it. Nancy Page. Whoop. I see it came up. Okay, so she actually did that in the 1920s and the 40s. It was also called attic window. And the Friendships, Kansas City Star called it the Friendships quilt because you could write your name in the background. Oh, do we have two different ones, Teresa?
No, but it's pressed different directions.
Oh, yeah.
This is all done.
Oh, man, it's all done. It's all done. Cool. All right, so let's see. This is basically made of piece squares. Do you remember how to do piece squares? It was just 15 minutes ago. You still take a 4x8. Let's see, they're all stacked up for me. See, we thought that you would remember. So let's just look at all. You remember, right? Yeah. Okay, so look at page 18 in your booklet. We started out with 4x8 pieces of fabric. We drew the diagonal lines. We sewed a 1/4 of an inch from the lines, and how did we square them up? To 3.5 with the triangle square up ruler. And look at that. Is that fast? Yes. 4 of them are all, only one set this time. That goes really quick. And I loved making this one too. Okay, then you take 1.5 inch strips, and you already did your 1/4 inch seam test, right? And so when you measure this set of strips, what's it supposed to be? 3.5. 3.5. And which ruler do you use to?
Oh, you want to use the square? This one?
The fussy cut. Look, the little 3.5-inch fussy cut. The little 3.5-inch fussy cut to cut those. This is just like we did. And those are going to go right in the middle. Whoops, that's not going to look right like that, huh? Like that. Ooh, I really like it. This one, it was fun to make too.
It is really fun.
It's really fun to make. It's fun to make. There, like that. Is that looking good? Yeah. Like that. And then what goes in the center?
Dark.
And what size should this be? 3.5. And there it is. Ta-da!
Yay.
Okay, now, when I made mine, so we have to show mine. Mine is already gone. It was the first one. I made all the blocks the same. I made them all the same, and so I wanted these blocks that were all the same to lock together when I sewed them together. Okay? So these are the same, which we didn't mean to really do that. It would have been better. There, that's good. So Teresa, point to the, oh, I will. Eric, you can go so close. Look at this, right in there. Do you see how those how they line up? Is he close? Are you impressed? Yes. How do you think I did it? I did it carefully. I did it very, very carefully. You're absolutely right. And when you look, it looks like I just sewed long strips together. But even though they're colors, the colors change. You know I didn't just sew long strips together. It's simple. You guys know what I did. I pressed my seams in opposite directions so they would lock. So on this one, look at the top one, on my little stripe, I pressed all of the seams away from the center. Everything goes away from the center. And on the opposite one, I pressed everything toward the center. So and I had to figure out how I was going to place them out. So all of these go away, and these all go toward. And when you put them right sides together, every single one locks. And that's why I really liked it. It was just so much fun to do. The triangles don't have a problem. I pressed them all towards the dark. It was only in the little stripe that I did anything different. And let's just look at that set of directions. So you can turn. Ooh. So my picture is on page 20. I called it my reproduction. And I said I did a whole chart. I'm making 24 blocks. That's what that is. 4 by 6, 24 blocks. In number 1, it says just make the piece squares for the 24 blocks following the directions. They're all pressed toward the dark. But then on number 2, you have to make 12 blocks with all the seams pressed out. And then you have to make on the stripe, and then the second 12, you have to press all of the stripes in towards the light. Everything goes in. And then when you just alternate them on your quilt, it all works. Are you with me?
Yes.
It doesn't make sense? It makes sense. Yeah. It's really, really good. So I thoroughly enjoyed that one for your quilt. The crow's nest, let's see what we have on here. For the crow's nest, here's a crow's nest here. That's the only one. So you can make one in like a half an hour or less. Only one in a half an hour or less. It's just really fun. There's only one goose in the pond. Nice big one. So can you see our third block? Are you ready for it? Yes. Are you thinking you're a little crazy already? No. If you think, none of you feel crazy? The lady that made this quilt was totally crazy. That's all I can tell you. You can't even figure out what she was thinking. Are you ready to see it? Yes. And I do not know where I got this one either, but I love it too.
From Snooky.
From Snooky! Oh my gosh. One of our students came in with a whole carload of quilts. She brought them into the classroom. Some of the people passed out. They smelled so bad. And so I had to go out. I had to look out in the car. I think we had to go in the parking lot. But anyhow, this is a traditional quilt. The name of it is called Arrow. Is it wild? Yes. And so we decided that we wanted to teach you Arrow. And so Teresa started. And she tried to figure it out. And then we go, oh my gosh, these arrows, they go every which way. This is one you see, okay, we call them, see, this is a two-pointed arrow there. Yeah. And then, let me see, this one, the arrows go around counterclockwise. See, like that? Yep. And then here, this is arrow pointing up, and this is an arrow pointing down. And then this is arrows pointing left and right. Yes. Start looking at it. Is it wild? Yes. We hoped that there was a plan, but it didn't seem there was any rhyme nor reason to what she made. Do you agree with me? Yes. It's just everything. It's very, very thick, and show on the back. And let's study the.
It's definitely a homespun.
It's like it's a beautiful homespun, and this is quilted the same way with just diagonal lines. Yes, it is hand quilted. It's big stitches again. It feels like a quilt from Kentucky. All of our quilts in Kentucky are so thick we don't even know how they possibly got the needle in and out. It's just like you had to like poke down, and this is the kind of quilt the little kid said they were sitting under the frame because they had to twist the needle straight up. Because I don't know how anybody could put and do a little rocker stitch on this because the stitches are so thick. But there is something very unique about this quilt that I really want to show you. It's kind of crazy. So look, she has borders on like two sides, just a little one here and up on this one, on the other end. Okay, let me hold on to this one. And no borders on two sides. Did you notice that most of our antique quilts did not have wide borders around the outside? But this one has two. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard of a grandpa's whisker cloth, but you think about how people are in their bed. When they get in their bed, they grab at the top and they pull it up. And this is the edge that starts to really fray, because they're always like grabbing and putting it right under their chin. And a lot of men have beards. Unfortunately, all the young fellows are thinking really long beards are so cool right now. But they called those long beards, the men, they made this part of the quilt, it's called a whisker cloth. A whisker cloth. So when it was right up underneath their chin, you know, they just wore off that part of the cloth. So it's a whisker cloth. And so if this part got really old and worn out before the rest of the quilt, the women could just replace the whisker cloth. Is that exciting? Did you know that? No.
Why is it down one side?
I do not know. Sometimes they had to put a lot of people in the same bed, and some people slept this way and some people slept that way. Especially under this arrow quilt that's going up and down and all around, and we don't know where you're supposed to sleep. And where's the top and where's the bottom? We do not know. But you're allowed to do what you want to do. Isn't that the best part? Yep. You can do what you want to do. Whatever you want. I think it's because they didn't want to make a whole other row of blocks. They got tired. They didn't have fabric, and so they were confused. Yeah. Yeah, it's just really fun. Okay, so Teresa sat down and she had a really good time making her own. And she decided 2 blocks going would be just fine. So I have to tell you, I decided that I like the, okay, so maybe that's not the top. Let me see, let's turn it around to tell the story. Okay, let me see.
The label's up here now.
Oh, with the label, no, then it must have been the other way. Yeah, I can't, okay, yeah, here it is.
I know which one's up.
Well, it's that kind of quilt.
That's according to the picture. That's the same as the picture.
So,
No, it's not.
no, I know what. So, my artist and I decided that the way I really liked my blocks, I'm right-handed, I decided I would feel really comfortable if my arrow went clockwise, because I'm right-handed. I just made my blocks right-handed, and Merritt drew them going like this, clockwise, right? And so when I was all done, I walked in and I looked at Teresa's quilt hanging there. She was done and gone. And I started screaming. And I said, Merritt, you drew all the pictures wrong and I made them all clockwise. And so Sue and Merritt came running in, and Sue stands there and she goes, don't you know Teresa's left-handed? Don't you know? And that's what we always say, Teresa's left-handed. And Mary said, yeah, Teresa's left-handed. So she drew them all, she made them all counterclockwise. Can you see the arrows? They go counterclockwise, right? So Teresa came back and we said, you made your arrows going counterclockwise. And she said, I just followed the lady's quilt. So we decided, we do not care whichever way you turn your arrows. You can do what you want, right? You can do what you want. Yay! Just do what you want. Aren't you glad? There's no right or wrong way. There's no right or wrong way. Okay.
Sorry, I did a little advance.
Yeah, okay. So anyhow, poor Teresa, we're always making fun of her being left-handed. Okay. So you guys are all looking at the pictures, pointing and talking, huh? Who said they love it? It's confusing, isn't it? You can't figure out anything. So we decided that was okay. But what is really fun is that on this patch, it's not just a half square patch. It's not just like 2 pieces. Can I have any of the pieces that are left? This time we're doing a quarter square patch. We're doing a quarter square patch. I just wanted like a half square, like this one. See, pointed. These are just like half square patches, right? 2 different colors, half square patches, half square. But on this one, yes, like this one. But on this one, we're challenging you because now you get to do a quarter square. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah. So now you learn a new technique. Are you excited? Yeah. Good. You need to learn everything. This is kind of like the patch that's the Ohio Star patch. Okay, so to start out, it's very easy. You're just going to take 4.5-inch squares. You're going to take a light and a dark and make 2 sets, 4.5, 4.5. Put them right sides together. Draw a diagonal line. And so 1/4 inch down both sides. Do. So that step is easy, right? Okay. So then take your ruler and you cut them in half. This is looking like all the other ones. Ooh, you dropped my quilt. I want to take that quilt to Julian with me. I can't wait. Okay, so now you've got 2. So now come back, Teresa. Don't be insulted. We have to put the medium on the top.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to press toward the medium on all 4 of them.
Okay.
Okay, I'm right at step number 4. I'm pressing toward the medium. This is good. Okay, so now there's a picture right at step number 6. Okay, and let's just look at that picture. Let me see. I'm dyslexic. I gotta make sure. We need a 4.5-inch square ruler. Okay, like that. Fussy cut. Do you have one? Okay, well, you can wait. Okay, is that right? Yeah. 6? Like that? I need a bigger one. Okay, so I'm gonna take it and flip it right sides together, and the seams lock. Okay. I put it right sides together, and the seams lock. You with me? Yes. Okay, let me see. So basically, they're opposite colors that you're putting together. See, you learn so much when you come to Quilt in the Day, huh? Yeah, you learn so much. You have to do what it says. Okay, and now I need a pen. See, she's so good. I want the Identi-pen because it has a darker line. Okay, kind of get them all lined up and then draw a diagonal line down through the middle. This is the best way. There are a lot of different ways. A lot of times people just cut 4 triangles and make you sew them together. Right? You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it that way. This works really good. Yes. Okay, so now when I pick it up, I'm locking. I'm pushing my thumb to one side, and underneath I'm pushing it in the opposite direction. You just lock, and you make sure that's all matched in the middle, because you don't want to look like that lady who made that quilt. Poor thing. She's rolling over in her grave right now. Quit talking about that. I was just having a good day. Having a lot of fun. That's the way I feel, right? She must have been drinking? I don't know. But I don't know if she ever even noticed. Okay. I'm going down one side. Okay, I'm just going to cut. Now I'm going to use my 1/4-inch foot, put my 1/4-inch bar on the line, step on the gas, hold on to it. You're going to love this when we open up. Okay, next one. We're nearly done with this arrow. You are not going to believe it.
House full of teenagers and didn't have any idea what was going on.
Or little ones. Probably. She was just feeling so blessed to have her quilting.
Just to get to sit down is a big deal sometimes.
You're right. Hey, you don't have to have teenagers or little kids just to get that blessing of sitting down. Okay, so you really have to watch on the other side that you don't flip your seams. But that looks good, huh? Okay, so now we cut them apart, and now you're going to go, ooh, are you ready?
Okay.
You ready for the miracle? Ooh, that's matched really good, huh? Isn't that matched good? I mean, you have to think about this, how brave I am to do this live, to open this up and show you guys this, how good that matches, and all of these. Ah, isn't that a good method? Ooh. See, thank you. Okay, now, you have to, you don't have to, but there's a lot of bulk right there, right? This is very bulky right in the middle. So we want to take the bulk out of that so we swirl. So actually it's going to go two ways. So if you just watch, you get this sense. If you just take it and lay down, take the 12 and just lay it how it naturally goes, 3. At 6, stuff really starts to happen because you just start poking that, and that opens up right in there. Ooh, see? I think maybe I want to take my stitches out. I'm going to take my stitches out because it didn't pop open as good as I like. Okay, that's in the seam allowance. Couple little stitches in the seam allowance. Now, let's see. Lay it flat and see if it opens up better. Ooh, that was good. So you see how it goes into a little 4 patch right there? And you just squeeze that and you just mush that really good. And then you just press it flat so that it looks, oh, you pressed a whole bunch of them. Okay, so now let's lay this one down. And then I see, I'm going to take these seams out. Stitches, these stitches in the seam. And didn't I show you this on one of the lessons? I've done so many lessons that surely you've caught. Okay, now when I hold this one, the 12 goes to the left. I can't even move it to the right. So I'm going to go counterclockwise, okay? It just naturally goes that way. See that? How that naturally goes. So you have to watch go 2 ways. And you mush it good. And then you press that one. Cool, we're doing good. So which way am I going to go this way? Counter. Oh, see, you get it. You get it. Okay, let's look at this one. Which way are you going to press? You got it! Yay, you got it. You got it. Okay, now we need our favorite little tool. Oh, we don't have it, but we need our little turnable mat. Our little yellow one. Oh, dear me. Okay, well, we'll manage. Okay, we have this cute little 6-inch turnable mat. I don't think she's going to find it. See if she can produce it. Are you producing it? Did you find it? Did you find it? Open drawers, open drawers. I found one!
There it is.
This one. This one. This is a little turnable mat, and this one works really, really good. Except, of course, it's not turning for me. Don't worry. Okay, so now I'm going to put the patch right in the middle. 3.5-inch fussy cut. Put the little center right. Ooh, now is this not really cool? See? Right in the middle. Now you're all going to, Orion, do we have a whole stack of those right outside the door so they can run out immediately and grab a bunch? No? And cut. See, you don't ever pick up your ruler. You just keep on turning your ruler. Whoops, you don't put your cutter on top of the ruler and cut. Right, Teresa? Is that perfect? She just had an accident last week. Is that perfect? See how the seams go right out? See how good that works? And I just really, really love to use the little mat so you can just keep on turning it around with each turn and just trimming it. But the fussy cuts work really good. And you don't have to do any of the awkward positions like kind of contorting your body to. And Invisigrip would be really good on the bottom. Oops! Invisigrip would be really good on the bottom. That's so your things don't slide. Your ruler doesn't slide on top. Okay, we must have 4 of them here. Okay, which way are we going to make our arrow go? Counterclockwise? Or I'm going to make clockwise. I'm right-handed. Okay, so there we got an arrow started. Now we're going to go this way. Now we're going to put an arrow going this way. Now we're going to go around this way. Arrow goes that way. Ah. An arrow goes that way. You want a one-ended, okay, let's make a two-ended arrow. She only did 2 ways. Watch. Watch. Watch, watch, watch. We're going to make a two-ended arrow. There, that's a double-ended arrow. That's a double-ended arrow, right? Okay, let's make that counterclockwise. Go like this. Okay, let me see. That goes that way. Now let's go, let me see, this way. Let's go this way. I'm going counterclockwise. Yay. Didn't I go counterclockwise? Yep. Whoop, 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 whoop. Is that cool? So you can go whichever way you want. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the same. That's the same. Okay.
If you reverse the light and the dark,
Uh-huh.
arrows would be dark and the background would be light.
You could do it different. What was that lady? What did she make? You could do. She did everything. She did everything. Everything. So now, when you want to make the big quilt, make the big arrows. See the big arrows? These are exactly the same. They're just a larger size, just larger strips. Oh, and see, these strips are reversed. Here they are dark, light, dark. Now the lattice is light, dark, light. Ah, and so I gave you directions that you could make it like that. And now these have to measure up as 4.5. And in the Fussy Cut package, we have 4.5-inch Fussy Cut rulers. Woo! It's 5? It says 4.5. I don't know, wrap it up. Read the book. So now we're getting too crazy. We're just like the lady with the arrows. We don't know if we're going counterclockwise, clockwise, whatever, but we know we had fun today. So enjoy your feasting.